Good morning, guys. So, as you can tell, I am back at work yet again, and it's a little chilly this morning. We actually had a frost advisory last night, which is crazy for almost June. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about in this video was a question that I got from someone in my personal life, and I thought that maybe one of you guys or some of you guys might have the same question or be curious. So this person asked if we still have to chart, like if I still have to chart while working in the sleep center. So there are a couple of different aspects to charting in the sleep center, and that is going to depend on whether you are working day shift or night shift. So obviously the job responsibilities of a day shift sleep tech are quite a bit different than a night shift sleep tech. So on day shift is when we have like patients calling, patients stopping in because they have some sort of an issue. We have DME reps that come to meet with our patients to set them up on devices, whether that's CPAP, bi-level, or ASV. Sorry. And on night shift, we're actually running the sleep study. So long answer short, yes, we have to chart regardless of what shift we are on while working in the sleep center. But my thing is, we chart differently. So obviously, if you're on night shift and you are running a sleep study, you're going to chart when that person gets there. You're going to chart things that they tell you. You're going to be charting their bedtime questionnaires and their morning time questionnaires. You are going to be charting anything that occurs that is out of the ordinary. You are going to be charting every however many minutes. Usually it's at least every 30 minutes. Most of the time it's more often than that while they are sleeping. So you're just kind of charting every little thing. It's a little bit different because when you're running the sleep study, we actually chart or write a note on the sleep study itself. So if the person is moving, you would chart movement because movement can actually throw off the rest of the recording. So like if a person is moving, it can throw off all of the EEG. Like it will look insane and very chaotic. So you want to chart that they're moving. If they are talking, if they need to get up and go to the bathroom, basically anything, you have to chart it. So if you have to enter the room for any reason, you also have to chart that on their sleep study. So usually what myself and the other sleep tech that I work with will chart is it'll either be T/I or tech in, and then whatever reason that we're going in. So for example, say Mr. Smith needs to go to the bathroom, we would put tech in or T/I, patient needs to go to the bathroom. Something like that. It's not very difficult. Like I said, you're going to chart every little thing that occurs. Other than that, on day shift, you want to chart every single time that someone calls. So we usually put this in a flow sheet. We don't necessarily do like documentation in the chart. Although technically a flow sheet is documentation, but in Epic there are different sections for specific documentation. But we put all of this in what we call the sleep medicine contact log, which is located within our flow sheet section. So like yesterday, I had a few patients call for different reasons. And basically what you want to do every time a patient calls is you want to be charting that they called, chart exactly what you discussed with them. Like for example, I had a patient call yesterday asking about increased events. So this person's AHI was a little bit higher than it has been, and this person is also having central events. So during the phone call, I discussed with her like what a titration study is, the fact that the sleep medicine doctor might want to order a titration study, which is a CPAP titration. Because this person is already set up with a device, I was able to look at this person's compliance report, which is basically, it sounds really crazy, but basically it just shows us how much the person has been using their machine, days that they don't use it. It shows all kinds of detailed information that gives us clues as to what might be going on with the person. The only thing that I could see, I didn't see like a crazy amount of mask leak or anything like that. I just saw that, yes, this person did actually have an increased AHI, which is an apnea hypopnea index, and also some central events. And so, this person had questions about the titration study process and what that means. And, I let this person know that during a titration study, I explained kind of the process and what we do as sleep techs, and the fact that she might need a different type of machine, a different type of device, whether that is a bi-level or an ASV. Given the central events, it may be that she needs an ASV. ASVs tend to help more with central apnea events. Some people just need a different machine, like they need a bi-level or a higher pressure, things like that, and we can take care of all of that during a titration study. So I charted basically everything that I discussed with her, how she felt at the end of the call, because she was very thankful. I also wrote in there that I transferred this person over to the scheduling office, because our office does not do any scheduling for doctor's visits. We only do scheduling for sleep studies. So I did also chart that I had transferred her back over to the scheduling office, who had actually transferred her to me in the first place. But yeah, I transferred her back over there so that she could get an appointment scheduled so she could discuss all of this with the sleep doctor, because obviously I can't just schedule a titration study. It has to be ordered by the physician, or the nurse practitioner, depending on whoever is working with the patient on that day. So anyways, yes, we do have to chart. I try to be as detailed as possible just because there are a few of us who work in the sleep center, and I feel like it is easier if you are more detailed, because then the more detail that I put into the note, the more that somebody who is working on a day when I'm not can look into that person's chart and just read like everything that happened. It's a very thorough explanation. So then there's very little room for questions, because I write down exactly what we discussed. So then someone who is working, like I said, on a day when I'm not there, or if I'm out of town or whatever, or sick, they can look and see exactly what was discussed. And so they can know that, yes, this person has been spoken to about this already, and, it's been taken care of, or, they know exactly what information the person has already received. So then they can decide if they need to share additional information or talk about something completely different, things like that. It's just helpful. So yes, long answer short, you do still have to chart in the sleep center. It's just a little bit different how you chart and what you're charting. So you're not charting like vital signs and all of that stuff. At the sleep center that I work at, we do not take vital signs. I'm not exactly sure why, because I know a lot of people do vital signs before a sleep study, and that's the way that we were trained, but we don't at the sleep center that I work at. So I'm not exactly sure why, but we just don't. So yeah, anyways, I hope that this was helpful if you guys had that question or curiosity. And yes, I am getting ready to go inside in about 4 minutes. So I'm going to enjoy my last few minutes of sanity, because we do have a sleep doctor here today, which is weird because it's Thursday. And normally our sleep providers are here on Mondays and Tuesdays. But this week, Monday was Memorial Day. So the nurse practitioner was not here. The sleep doctor was not here, obviously, because it was a holiday. So the sleep doctor that's here today is the only provider that is here this whole week, and he chose to come today. So anyways, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys in my next video.